Mr. Speaker, look, this is about trust. The Prime Minister claims he supports the Trans Mountain expansion and the thousands of jobs it will create, but he's funding anti-energy political activists who are being hired explicitly to stop the pipeline. The PM has already driven out over $80 billion of energy investment, and now he's using taxpayer dollars to block the Trans Mountain expansion. No wonder no one believes a word he says. Why is this Prime Minister using Canadian tax dollars to block Canadian pipelines and kill Canadian jobs?
Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, once again, Canadians know that protecting the environment and growing the economy must go together. The members opposite simply do not understand that. On one side of the House, they're thinking about the economy but not the environment, and that did nothing for the economy under Stephen Harper. On the other side, the NDP is still wrapped up in forgetting about the economy and doing everything they can to try and protect the environment, which isn't working. Canadians know we have to move forward in a thoughtful way that brings people together instead of demonizing them.
The Honourable Member for Lakeland.
Canada has always produced the most responsible oil in the world, and the Liberals' ongoing attacks is what is collapsing confidence in Canadian energy investment and in our country's reputation. The bottom line is this: the Liberals are paying people to, quote, stop the Kinder Morgan pipeline. Chief Ernie Cray of the Sheehan First Nation says, quote, our young people every day come to me and say, I want to get trained. I want a job from the Trans Mountain pipeline. Why is the Prime Minister undermining Canada's national interest and funding anti-energy activists to kill indigenous aspirations, thousands of jobs, and the Trans Mountain expansion?
Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, it's actually, it's quite something to watch these guys.
All right, our members don't seem to understand. One side gets to ask the question, the other side gets to have its say as well. Each side gets to have their say. And it's a democracy, and we have to listen in spite of not liking what we hear sometimes. So let's show a little respect for this institution, please. Including the Honourable Leader, House Leader of the Opposition. The Right Honourable Prime Minister has the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. It's just that once again we see the Conservatives learned nothing in the last election campaign. They continue to try and invent things and torque things and attack their opponents and demonize everyone as they trying to make things happen. It didn't work. It failed miserably. You underestimated Canadians' intelligence when you treat them like children and try and scare them into supporting you. Sorry, Mr. Speaker, not you, but them. Mr. Speaker, we are going to take Canadians seriously.